Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, parents. My name is Matt VanDiepen. I am the teacher for PCRepair, and I will be your son or daughter's teacher for the year. All right, so some things to talk about for the class. One of the big things that I find that most kids take this class is because they feel like I want to create a gaming device. Some are just more interested in technology altogether. And the other thing is that we typically have kids that are just kind of interested in technology, but they're not sure. So when kids come into this class, it's really more of a beginner type class. We have kids from all different ranges, from kids that have really never even looked inside a computer before to other kids who have worked with computers quite often, and they seem to have a better idea about how to use them, okay? Um, so sorry about the use of technology here. I know it's not the greatest, but we are doing our best here with what we have. I am currently in the classroom, and what I wanted to do is I'm going to get so I can show you guys my virtual background so you can see that right now I'm in the classroom while I'm working on this. And so right now I am in my PC repair classroom. This is one of them. This is the one over at South Campus. And just to kind of show you, sorry about the colors that you're seeing in the background, but one of the things that I wanted to show you guys is that these computers here, okay, this is basically what we're going to be using to open up. It'd be great if the school year goes to hybrid or opens up fully, and this is showing you what the kids have an opportunity to work on. So they actually will be able to get inside of these machines, take them apart, put them back together, and then put the operating system, all kinds of different things in there for learning for the school year. One of the things with the way the remote learning is going right now, we are hoping that if we get back into school, if the kids haven't been doing any of the labs at this point in time, that we will have an opportunity to do these labs when they come back. So right now we've been basically using the book. The book is online. If your child has not told you that, they're going to be using a program called MindTap. And if you want to take a look at it with your son or daughter, please, I encourage you to do that. The book is not a hardcover, so it's something that they have to use a device, a computer, a phone, a tablet, whatever, to access the device. And this is where they'll be doing their readings. So typically on a school day, what we're going to do is I'm going to give to the kids, I'm going to give them an activity. They usually go into a breakout room with that person, and then they kind of work through the questions together and they collaborate. Probably at about 10 to 15 minutes after working on those questions, I'm going to bring them all back into the classroom and I'm going to discuss the answers that they found. They can either use their book or online, or maybe some of them just know these answers, just from their own knowledge about computers. And when they complete that, then I'm actually going to go over the book notes with them to help with answering those questions that they had. Some of the other things that we're going to be doing is working on like crossword puzzles to kind of make sure the kids are going in the books, trying to find the answers. Also, because we want them to read the material, of course. And we'll also be working on review questions. So here is basically Canvas. Your son or daughter will be using this. This gives them the time. This is where they should go every single day. And basically what I've done is I've put all the weeks in here set up, ready to go. And so as you can see, I have this up to week 4. So right now we are currently in week 3. And so your son or daughter will go to the day that they are, if they're either a blue or a gold day, and they'll find the material that we're working on that day. So I'll kind of have like set up, what are we doing? What should they be working on? And then I'll have in there like maybe what is their homework, something that they should also be completing outside of the class. And they'll continue on. So I've got in here that we're going to have a test. So that kind of information is put in there for your son or daughter. The other thing that I have in here as well is we have something called formative and summative. So the idea behind formative, here's an example of formative up here. A formative is an assignment that is practice. This is something that they're using to help them learn. This is helping them to prepare for the summative. They don't count as a grade. but they are expected to be completed by the student. If the student does not complete them, one of the things that we've put in this year is that we're also allowing students to redo or retake summative assignments. So the review questions are considered summative. So if they don't do well on them and they've completed all of their formative assignments, they've contacted me, they've done all the things that's in the syllabus, which is also on here, which is up in the courses. As we go up here, you'll see. You go to the syllabus and you want to read up on what it says. It gives instructions to the child of what the expectations are in order to retake, okay, what they're expected to do. And that'll give them an opportunity if they complete all the work and they do it and they do a good job. That's kind of what we're hoping here, that they get the opportunity to retake summative assignment. So again, in this example, summative assignment would be the review questions, which would count for an actual grade, and then there would be the test, which would count for as a grade. The formative assignments will either be receiving an M or the summative will be receiving an M. But the formative assignments, if they don't complete them, they don't actually affect their grades. So I know for some of you, this might be news, so I just kind of wanted to explain that and get that clarification out there for you. All right, assignments up on Canvas. You'll see this is all the different things that we're doing, that we're working on. And I've got this set so I have each class period. So I have period 7, I have period 1, I have period 6. All of them are my different classes. I've actually have grouped in here summative assignments. I've got grouped in formative assignments. So that should actually help your son or daughter understand what we're working on, where to go. And the other thing that we've also done is we've created a Google Drive account. And so when they click on a link, it'll actually take them to the Google Drive. So here they go to activity 4. This is set up on my Google Drive. They should be able to take this and then download this to their own. All right, Infinite Campus. Infinite Campus will have, this is the place where the grades will be. Computer at home that they can work on, that's great. I don't think we're at that point where we're kind of setting it up so that they can work on it, but we'll be doing some things in class that they may want to. So if there's a computer that you don't really care about, that you feel that you might want to let them take apart and put back together, that'd be great. The other things are, we also have Mr. Saman in this classroom. Mr. Saman is basically the lab aide. He's here to help the kids. He's here to assist the labs here that we're working on. He's also in the discussion with the kids when we're in class. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. So if you receive an email from, or your son or daughter receives an email from, you kind of have an idea. And one of the big things is that I know that some of you may or may not know, your child had an opportunity to sign up for dual credit through COD. So they could actually take the class and get credit through COD. I believe at this point it is probably too late to sign up for that. But for those of you that your child, your son or daughter did end up signing up for that, I sent an email out about this to all of you, to everybody, in the beginning of the school year. So everybody should have received this, to be told about dual credit. Encourage them, remind them that this is a college level credit that they're going to get. So if you see that their grade starts to slip, things like that, that you can kind of remind them and say, hey, this is college credit. This is kind of important. You can observe your child through Canvas. There's a way to become an observer. There are some instructions out there on YouTube about how to do that. So if you want to be an observer on Canvas, I'm sure you could probably find that on YouTube. And lastly, one of the big things that the kids can get out of this class is that we have it's called a CompTIA A+ certification exam. And what that is it's an exam that the kids would take, and there's 2 tests, and they have to pay for it, but we get it at a reduced price. And if they pass both exams, they get this industry certified exam certificate, basically something that they can use to put on a resume, a college application, maybe to try and find a job. We also hire, technically here at LT, we actually hire students who have gone through these programs, who seem to be really good with technology, and they use those certifications to kind of help try and get them some work while they're here. So it's possible internships and things like that. So those are really important. So again, it's CompTIA, CompTIA certification, A as an apple, plus, like the plus sign. And if you want to, I think it'd be a great place to go take a look at and see. They've been around for, I've been teaching this class here at LT now for the last 16 years. So it's been around for quite a while. It, something like that could also possibly get your child possible internship maybe at the college that they're going to. Maybe they're working in IT. So it's a good start, you know, and I understand that a lot of these guys still are kind of trying to figure out what they want to do. This is an elective course, so yeah, for some of these kids, they really like this stuff. And so this is a nice springboard to kind of get them to the next level. So those are some things to think about. So we talked about grading, we talked about expectations about being in class, and we talked about the COD dual credit. I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, my email address here is actually up on Canvas, but I'll tell you it's MVANDIEPEN at lths.net, okay, or at d204.lths.net. So if you want to get in contact with me, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer any of those questions. But I'm looking forward to the year, looking forward to having a great time with these kids under the circumstances, of course, and hopefully we'll be back soon.